Hi there, it's Pascal here. One of the challenges most people that look to start businesses online face is they procrastinate a lot. They leave it till like late to take action, and as a result of that, it becomes harder for them. Because I remember myself before I started. If you don't know me, my name is Pascal, and I started my online business in 2017. So ever since I started getting some results, got to where most people don't usually get to, which is the part of making money online. Because a lot of people say it's a scam, it doesn't work, um, it's too expensive. People have a whole lot of stories around online business. But the truth is that very few people actually walked the path to see the results. So what I do in my videos is I share my own personal experiences so that you will know what to expect in case if it's something that you're interested in. So in this video, it's more of what I understand now in life basically is the longer you live it, the harder it's gonna be for you. Let me give you my own perspective. Back in 2010, um, I was I was single. I didn't have anything to worry about, but I knew online business existed. So I didn't do much about it. I didn't follow through. So when you get married, I got married. Now I'm no longer thinking about myself. I'm thinking about my spouse. And as a result, anything you do, you put that into consideration. You put her into consideration or him into consideration. But for me, it was her. So as life moved on, you don't do anything about it. You're in that space in your life that you know that getting one job is not going to be enough, and you are thinking of what can you do to create more income for yourself. But most times, you would not usually have a lot of money to start up a business, um, but you will have the means to start. So we get into this cycle of you want to save a whole bunch of money to start, and you are in that process of saving, 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 and all of a sudden something might happen. Maybe somebody, if you're like in Africa, for me, somebody back home might need some money, or parents back home might need some medical attention, or you just spend that whole money that you invested, or you gather that money and take a trip, maybe go on a holiday, and without really doing much about your business. So you live it, you keep playing around with it in that your early age stages in life, and but that's when you should literally start. You don't, you abandon it, and for some reason, maybe you now have kids, and then life begins to wait, like come back at you because of not taking action, or because of procrastinating. And what I will happen will be you will quickly realize that maybe your spouse will now need to leave work, and you will now be the sole provider of the family. So it requires that you must have a job at this time. There's no longer risk or anything. You must keep at least one sort of income stream to put the roof over your head. And that puts you in that trap where you think it's gonna be get easier later on. You'd be like, okay, maybe when she comes out of maternity leave and things will ease off a little bit. And when she comes out of maternity leave, you realize that the baby needs childcare. And as you keep advancing, she maybe your spouse gets a job, and before you know it, you have another child on the way. Things will always creep up, and if you allow this to keep going on, you will end up living your whole life just procrastinating. And anytime you start later on, the harder it becomes. Because let's face it, maybe kids start school, you might start doing the school run. So that interrupts. One person has to, if you has to like drop their, not like drop their job, but it kind of interferes in your daily routine. So you're not, you don't have the time anymore to build the business because your day is disrupted. You must keep that job. That's when you fell into that trap of 9 to 5. And maybe if you've got a mortgage at that time, mortgage is weighing down on you, or your rent. It doesn't have to be mortgage is weighing down on you on one side, and you got bills to pay. All these things will now be creeping up all over you, and this will not allow you to take any action. But the truth is that you can, because there's no other option for you than to just start. Because why we allow this to happen is we want to see the end before we begin. The end is usually in your mind. It's what vision do you want for yourself? If you're looking to create a business or a lifestyle where you don't have to work for anybody for the rest of your life, then you must start somewhere. You must just start. Because if you keep allowing this to happen, what next will happen is you will say the next excuse will be, let me wait for the kids to grow up a little bit more, then I will, start the business. The point is this kind of Ralph Waldo Emerson said the hardest task in the world is to think. This kind of thinking is what's it's the imprisoning the person mentally, because it's, you think business is something you buy. Business is like raising a baby. You don't know when they're gonna fall sick. You don't know when they're gonna walk. You don't know when they're gonna start sitting down. You don't know when. You don't know the time, but you have like a time frame. Okay, at 3 6 months they should be sitting down. This, then they get into, when they start sitting, at least from 7 months they should start crawling. So if they're not crawling at that point, there's a little bit of issue going on with the child. Then at 8 9 10 months, 1 year, every baby is different. They should start walking, at least showing the signs of they're gonna walk. So if they're not doing that, that means that is a challenge. So it's a cycle you have to go through. So, but you don't know when it's gonna happen. It's like when you start your business, you should have benchmarks. At least the first 3 weeks, you should be, the first few months. In fact, the first year, in my opinion, you're gonna be learning a whole lot of stuff. So if it's these things that you're learning, you will learn how to build a website, you will learn how links connect to websites, you will learn how autoresponder. At least this should be happening within your first 6 weeks. That's what you should be learning. You shouldn't be concerning yourself about making money at this point, because you need to understand how this whole concept works, connects to each other. Then when you get into your 8th week, you should be thinking of, okay, trying to put an ad out there. This is my experience. If you're over 30, this is kind of the gauge I give you if you're married with kids. Because if you're younger, obviously you should do it a lot faster because you don't have a whole lot of overhead in your mind. So within 8 weeks, you should be looking at maybe putting an ad out there. And within your 10th week, within that first 3 months, you should at least make your first sale. If you're not making your first sale within your first week, that's your point for you to go to webinars, why the webinars are important, and find out where you are, what are you doing wrong, and how to correct it. So these are the reasons why webinars are important. It's not there because they want you to attend. You must attend them because you're like a baby in this industry. So this is my opinion. But the harder you live it, or the longer you live it, the harder it's gonna be for you. And both financially, both time-wise, everything is gonna be creeping up on you. That's why it's so much easier to do it right now. Just, you might be thinking you need a whole lot of systems in place you need your head cleared. Your head is never gonna clear because that thing you're doing is what's clustering your head. Does that make sense? You might say, I need to cool off. I need to buy more time. I need to get ready. It is, you will become what you think about. It's that thing that you're doing currently now that is causing your mind to get clustered. So you don't understand it. That's why it's clustering your mind, and that's why you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So, you see, when I read these books, and by the way, I'm talking about The Stranger's Secret by El Nightingale. So if you want to grab a copy, I'll leave a link in the description. It's only about £3 in Amazon. Grab it, read it. Books will change your life, because the problem you're facing now, somebody must have faced it in the past, and they wrote a book how to come out of it. Or your responsibilities: look for those books, buy them, read them, then implement. This is the last step. Implement what you have learned. You will get the same outcome that person wrote the book got. It's so fundamental, but most of the times we struggle to accept that. So that's my message for you today. If you are thinking of starting a business online and you're waiting for the perfect time, all I want to say to you is, the longer you leave it, the harder it's going to be. It doesn't matter how, most people that I speak to is the same situation. We want this to happen first before that happens. It's always a lie to ourselves that the more you procrastinate, the more things will get difficult for you in starting building a business. So it usually takes time. So the steps is just embrace the journey and just carry it along. Before you know it, you will see, you will correct a whole lot of mistakes that you're making currently in your life, where you're not spending time now, or where you should be spending time is where, let me say that again. Where you're spending time now is most likely where you shouldn't be spending your time. So that when you start a business, it will keep you focused, and so you use your time wisely, because that's the only thing you have that nobody can take away from you on earth. Time is the same for everybody, but how you use yours is all up to you. So all people will get to you to pay you to use yours to do their own work. So it's up to you to decide whether you want to continue doing that or you want to change. So that's my share for you. I hope you enjoy this video. So if you're looking to start a business online and you haven't figured out where to start, I used a training. I'll leave the links in the description. Go grab the free training. But if you want to get involved in the official training, there's an application for you to submit. All you have to do is to follow the steps, and you start building it gradually. And after, you will get the results, provided you stick with it. Just like most successful people do. They stick with it. They don't just give up at every challenge, because most people think they give up easily. Basically, out of every 100, 95 give up easily. Get yourself in the 5% group. Never give up, and as long as you don't give up, that outcome you want is inevitable. You will get there. My name is Pascal, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.